Your four favorites are The Matrix, Crash, Chinatown, and Harakiri. If I had to connect one movie to all four of your favorites, I'd pick Funeral Parade of Roses. It's a 1960s Japanese film like Harakiri. It's an audacious and unconventional exploration of human sexuality like Crash. It's a loose adaptation of Oedipus Rex, and in Film Quarterly, Chinatown was labeled as a contemporary Oedipus story. And Lilly Wachowski said The Matrix is a trans metaphor, and the protagonist in this film is trans. Mad Max Fury Road is a post-apocalyptic sci-fi action film like The Matrix. It's got car crashes like Crash. It involves water scarcity like Chinatown, and it's about revenge like Harakiri. Although you might want to check out the original Mad Max first. Tetsuo the Iron Man is a sci-fi cyberpunk film like The Matrix, a Japanese film like Harakiri, and like Crash, this movie involves sex, metal, and fetishes. And there's a line in Crash about the reshaping of the human body by modern technology, and that feels like what this film is all about. Possessor is also a sci-fi cyberpunk film like The Matrix. It's about the body, violence, and psychological trauma like Crash, and it was directed by David Cronenberg's son. And like Chinatown, it involves manipulation, moral ambiguity, and corruption. They Live, like The Matrix, is a dystopian sci-fi action film that alludes to Plato's allegory of the cave. And like Chinatown, the protagonist is trying to uncover the truth about a corrupt system. I think you should check out The Big Heat because it's a noir film and Chinatown is a neo-noir. And the protagonists in both films are detectives or investigators. And like Harakiri, it's a film about revenge. High Rise is a dystopian film like The Matrix and an adaptation of a J.G. Ballard novel like Crash. Whenever someone asks me to recommend something similar to The Matrix, my brain automatically goes to World on a Wire every single time without fail. And I know it's technically a mini-series, but it's a two-part mini-series, so it's basically a film. The only time I don't recommend this one to fans of The Matrix is if they absolutely refuse to watch foreign films, or if they only like The Matrix for the action and don't really care about the philosophical exploration of technology and simulated realities. But that's clearly not the case with you, so I think you'd appreciate this one. World on a Wire was based on the novel Simulacron 3, and so was The 13th Floor. I haven't done a twin films video about The Matrix yet, although I guess it would technically be considered quadruplet films, because there were 4 films that came out around the same time that all explore this idea of whether the world is real or an illusion or simulation. Obviously, you've already seen The Matrix and Existenz, but the 2 that you didn't have marked as watched are The 13th Floor and Dark City. Despite sharing similar themes, I personally think these movies are different enough that they're worth watching. Do I think you'll like them more than The Matrix though? Probably not, but I'm also biased because The Matrix is in my top 10. I want to recommend a few more movies that I think you'd like since you're a fan of The Matrix because they involve either simulated or virtual realities, or they just play with our perception of reality. I'm being a bit reductive and vague just to avoid spoiling anything, but I think you might like Brazil, Open Your Eyes, and Strange Days. A couple dystopian sci-fi action films that I think you'd like because you're a fan of The Matrix, but also because of the vibe I get from your favorites in general, are Children of Men and The Terminator. I was going to joke about how you should watch Titan because like Crash, one of the characters has a fetish of sorts that involves cars. But your review for Crash was such a thoughtful analysis that kind of changed the way I interpret both the film and the novel it's based on. And after reading that review, I really think you'd like this one. In an article for the LA Times, Robert Towne, the screenwriter of Chinatown, said a photo essay called Raymond Chandler's LA was the catalyst for the script. And Raymond Chandler was cited as the inspiration for the way all the scenes in Chinatown are seen subjectively from the main character's perspective, where Jack Nicholson is in every scene and the movie fades to black when his character loses consciousness and fades back in when he awakens. So I want to recommend The Big Sleep, which was based on one of Raymond Chandler's novels, and it's a noir film and Chinatown is a neo-noir. The Conversation also implements a similar technique where the main character appears in every scene and was released the same year as Chinatown. LA Confidential seems inspired by Chinatown, and like Chinatown, it's a neo-noir set in Los Angeles. A couple other neo-noir films I think you'd like since you like Chinatown are Clue and Blood Simple. I think Harakiri might be the best Japanese revenge film ever made, but a few other Japanese revenge films I think you might also enjoy are Demons, Kuroneko, and Lady Snowblood.